Recorded at Cosmic Comics in Rockingham, Western Australia, you're listening to The Comic Box with your hosts, Psycho Scott,
Matt, Professor Ray,
And Ryan.
and we're here to talk you through another week of geek. So let's get started.
How is everyone today?
Half asleep.
awake, alive, here, present.
Have you got a pulse?
Above. See? Now play that back and it'll sound exactly like he did.
Oh dear. Okay, so today's
Wait, hang on.
Feeling pulse.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
Except,
right.
except
Okay.
I'm just going to lie and say that it's there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't have a pulse. What are you talking about? I don't get this pale complexion
Cool.
from having a pulse. Today's going to be a shorter show, so let's get into things nice and quick. First up, there's been a lot of buzz about this new Iron Patriot armor that is supposedly in the next Iron Man movie. Do you think it's going to be Iron Patriot?
No.
Maybe. It won't be the Iron Patriot as we know it, but it
Okay.
could be a Iron Patriot.
Okay. Well, the thing is, the person that's inside the suit is actor James Badge Dale, who is playing Eric Savin, which is the character Coldblood. So, to suddenly turn into Iron Patriot doesn't
Who is
really make much
Norman
sense.
Osborn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different character.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this is the movie, and they haven't always been completely accurate
Yeah.
to the comics.
Yeah.
So they could have put him in there.
Most of it doesn't make sense. Coldblood is a B-list character at best. You know, he's nothing. He showed up in a couple of Marvel Comics Presents back in the 80s and never interacted with Iron Man at all. He had absolutely nothing to do with any of the characters that are going to be in this. The closest he ever got to interacting with a Marvel character was the other cyborg guy, Death guy.
Guy.
The robot guy that from the future, basically Terminator.
Yeah. No, I can't remember.
Death
the name.
something.
That's terrible.
You wonder why he's in there and he's a B-list one. What about the D-list one, Firepower? That's apparently also in the movie.
Well, yeah.
Like,
This-
I challenge anyone, no one's heard of that character.
I've never
No.
heard of him.
Most people haven't heard of Coldblood. But yeah,
No.
yeah. There was, I think, like 4 comics he was in, which was Marvel Comics Presents, which is a nothing sort of comic that like 5 people collected in the 80s. And then they showed him getting transferred to the Negative Zone prison in like one of the latest issues. That was it. That's his entire run in comics.
So he's coming back out just to...
Well,
Get
how
to
they
Iron
fit
Man?
him into the Iron Man movie, I don't know. They'll probably just have him. I don't know. That's another thing. Is
Still the Iron Patriot
he is a cyborg. Yeah. He is a cyborg, and basically he was manipulated by somebody else, and they gave him all these cyborg abilities and all that sort of crap. It could just be them copying Iron Man's armor and turning him into.
Could be, but didn't
An Iron Man clone.
didn't Norman Osborn actually steal the Iron Patriot?
Yeah. He stole the suit and painted it all up Iron Patriotish.
Yeah.
See, what they
yeah.
should do is, since they don't have the rights to Norman Osborn, they should just hire Willem Dafoe
Yeah.
and cast him as some other guy who stole the armor, and then go, we won't say who he is, but he did
this
play
guy.
Norman Osborn. But we won't,
Course.
we won't call him Norman Osborn.
They wouldn't. They haven't got the rights to that.
I
That's
see a
right,
link
yeah.
here.
That's what's his name? Dorman Sosborn. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. That was Jerry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jerry Osborn.
No.
My thought is it might be a movie version of the Detroit Steel armor, which is something that's happening at the moment. Because if you look at one of the photos, it actually shows a cannon over his shoulder. It might be basically because the movie's supposed to be about the Extremis armor and this mysterious guy that has all of these iron suits and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
he has an army of Iron Men, basically. That's exactly what Detroit Steel is at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
that's done by
Justine
Hammer, isn't it?
Hammer
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's created all these Detroit Steel armors and all that sort of stuff to
Well,
take out Iron Man.
Yeah, it's like, imagine that. The next Iron Man movie, he fights a guy in an iron suit, a guy in an iron suit, and maybe Ben Kingsley.
Yes! He fights Gandhi!
Who up till now, everyone has said he's not Mandarin until they announced he is Mandarin.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
So-
he's
oh,
not
no,
is.
There you go.
Is maybe not is.
Yeah, so they say, is he? No. Is he? No. Is he? No. I guarantee he is not. And then last
Is he?
week, like,
Yes.
yeah, he is.
You, what is wrong with you people? So yeah, I don't know. Everybody's on about all this Iron Patriot stuff. I reckon it's just another guy in a suit.
Isn't that what the Iron Patriot is?
Yeah, but I mean, Whiplash in the second movie, he never had a suit. He was a guy with a couple of whips. That's it. His first incarnation where he had the harness over him was closer to what he was than the giant suit thing at the end that got taken out like that.
It's like they agreed that the only thing that can beat Iron Man is basically just another version of Iron Man.
Another
So-
man in a suit.
But you think after the Avengers, the people of the world wouldn't just think that there's only one way to be Iron Man, that's with a suit.
Yep. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's Iron Patriot. I could be totally wrong. I think if they line it up where he ends up with that suit, and then like in the fifth movie, all of a sudden Norman Osborn's there taking the Iron Patriot suit, that could be kind of a cool lead-in sort of thing, but yeah, I don't think it's Iron
Yeah,
Patriot.
but Norman Osborn is Spider-Man, and they're not
Yeah.
allowed to use Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So
that's why I
yeah.
said fifth movie.
Yeah, fifth movie. Yeah.
Let's face it, there's gonna be
Yeah,
more.
there's got to be more. Yeah.
It's going to be like Star Trek movies. It's never going to
It's
end.
never going to end.
That and the horror movies, like 2,936 Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
No.
Do you reckon it's going to be Iron
No.
Patriot? I don't.
No.
But it is going to
It's
be
not
Mandarin.
going to be the Iron Patriot that we know, at the very least.
I reckon the guy in the suit is a stunt double, and it's actually Ben Kingsley who is Iron Patriot. that
That would be cool.
yeah.
It's
Mandarin
short,
is
yeah.
Iron Patriot. That would be brilliant. Now that I'd like to see. Okay, well, I just wanted to bring that up because everybody talks about it and you wanted me to draw it. I'm not
Yeah.
drawing it.
Oh, come on.
I've got two other challenges at the moment. I've just drawn Sinister, so if you go over to the forums, you'll see my picture of Sinister. I've got to finish him off because I haven't finished him yet. I've got the next challenge is Kakashi. I've got to draw Kakashi with the Sharingan and the Chidori or whatever his version's called.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the next challenge is to draw Vinny from Biker Mice from Mars. I've got to draw him on his bike.
Cool.
So that's going to be interesting. And I've got some other person. See, I start drawing, everybody all of a sudden wants me to draw more. So somebody wants me to draw the original Megatron character beating the crap out of the original Optimus Prime. So the G1 versions of them. I hope they're paying me for it. Because the challenge is a challenge to see how well I can do with art.
Okay.
Drawing something for
I
somebody?
want you to draw Han Solo fighting Mega Man.
Han Solo
Cool.
Fighting Mega Man.
fighting Mega Man. He wouldn't really fight him, he'd shoot him. Although shooting, I suppose, could be... Yeah, Mega Man would shoot. Okay. Okay, that's my next
Yes,
challenge.
but who shot first, Han Solo or Mega Man?
Yeah.
I'll have to measure them out so the bullets are at exactly the same distance.
Whatever you choose will cause controversy.
Yes. Han Solo shot Mega Man. What? No!
It's like you draw it initially and everyone complains, so you draw his head moving slightly and then...
Let's just move this head here. There we go. Photoshop. Yeah. Flawless. Oh, no, that's a horrible idea. Can Han Solo be dancing?
Yeah, sure, why
No.
not?
Han Solo. Pooh.
It's your art challenge.
Just as well as
So wrong.
audio.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to see this. Okay, so I thought we would do a review. Woo!
Yeah,
Reviews!
reviews!
Reviews. And the major number one issue that came out this past week was Ravagers, which is a spin-off from the Culling storyline that's happened in Teen Titans and
Superboy.
Superboy, and Legion Lost.
I think it was Legion Lost.
Legion
yeah.
Lost.
Yeah.
So it's spun off from that, and it's got a couple of characters that people will know from previous incarnations of DC and Wildstorm. Gen 13 character Caitlin Fairchild is in control of this team, so
Yep.
it's basically Gen 13
That,
Mark II.
that's why it reminded me so much of Gen 13.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of other characters like Beast Boy, which people will remember from most Teen Titans incarnations. and a couple of others that I've not really heard of. They have a couple of characters who are villains, like Warblade from the original
Yep.
Wildcats comic series,
Yep.
and Rose, which is another character from another series. So they're tying all of these things together. And I got all three of you to read it today.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Excellent.
You really like it?
Really good read, yeah.
You could follow the story okay? Because
I could follow
following
the,
it...
Yeah. 'Cause
following it
I
out
knew
of
the
something
characters.
else.
I knew the characters, so I could follow it easily.
Yeah, but you didn't
But
really
it-
know them in those roles.
Not in those roles, no,
Hmm.
because that came after all the Culling storyline.
Yeah, but you
Which
never
I didn't
read the Culling
really
storyline.
follow.
I've
all
read
of
the
it. I
Culling
read some of
storyline.
it, yeah.
So I know everything leading up to it.
Yeah.
Do you suggest people pick it up as something that, just pick up issue 1? Because it is an issue 1.
I think it would probably help if they'd read the Culling. But I read it and I didn't read any of that.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
See, I
knew what was
haven't
going
read anything from DC for ages.
Mhm.
So, I understood it though.
Yeah.
But I read Gen 13.
Yeah.
You know the
So,
characters.
so
I kind of understand the setting almost.
Yep.
But not all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know...
I probably know
little
like
basics and
the
stuff.
thinnest slice of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt?
I don't recognise any of those characters.
Yeah.
Like, as in, I've never seen any of them before in my life. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on in that story, and I have no idea if I ever will.
Did you enjoy it?
Not really.
No? No?
I mean, if you don't know who they are, you don't really care what they're doing.
It's hard to tie
Yeah,
into them
so-
and everything because there's no explanation. Caitlin Fairchild just suddenly shrinks and becomes normal-ish. And you can't even really tell with the art style. The artwork's quite nice. I thought
is,
it's
yeah.
quite competent art, but the artist isn't good at showing a shrinking progression.
Yeah.
Because it showed, like, a picture of Fairchild and then a smaller picture of Fairchild. Is she just walking closer, walking further away? Is she shrinking?
But they did
But-
that on another page.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
the next page where they had like 4 or 5 of her.
Yeah. And
Slowly getting smaller.
the artist doesn't seem to be able to figure out how to make it look like she's shrinking.
So that's funny because I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah.
We didn't
No,
know.
it was shrinking.
Yeah, yeah.
But, it never explained in that comic that she had that ability and she became a power. She was basically She-Hulk, but she isn't green.
Yeah. In Gen 13, her clothes used to rip off
Yeah,
when she
yeah.
grew.
Yeah, if you watch the cartoon movie, her nipples rip the shirt off. That's weird. And it was a terrible movie.
Is that out now?
So what? There was things with Beast Boy. I think they had him in like 3 panels. They
Yeah.
only just introduced him in the Culling storyline, so he's just only just been thrown
Is
in
he
there.
that bear with a human head?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
he can turn into animals. So
I
that's
didn't-
basically
I didn't
his
get
thing.
that,
So he turned into a bear, so he had a fur coat.
Yeah.
They're in the snow.
And-
Come on.
And there's things like that, nobody will understand what these people's powers are without reading the previous things. If I hadn't read Culling, I wouldn't have understood who Thunder and Lightning were, or Bright Eyes,
No, but
or
they turned
the guy
up in
that
another
threw her
one.
at the ship, and Warblade. It doesn't explain him. It doesn't say anything about Rose. It doesn't actually give you any input as to who these characters are. So without
No.
reading or knowing who these characters are, you won't understand their power set or why you should care that they're trying to run away from the other guys.
Thunder and Lightning were actually locked up in a cell. I think it was in one of the Superboy ones.
Teen Titans, Superboy, all of it.
Yeah.
It all leads into it. Without reading those ones, you wouldn't fully understand what's going on in this one. But I think it was a really cool
It
comic.
was a good read,
I
yeah.
It was
enjoyed
a good comic, yeah.
I was surprised how merciless they were with some of the characters.
But I think it's also a prime example of why manga's starting to become so popular.
Why is
Because
that?
you don't have to go through like 5 or 6 different other
Yep.
series to find out where you are. In it.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good
Actually, there was
point.
one point I was like, because I had no idea what was going on. So just like that poor, there was like the one security guard they were attacking. I thought this poor guy probably just started today.
Yeah. Please don't kill me.
He hadn't
I
done
don't.
anything wrong yet. He rocks up to work and suddenly there's a revolt. And he has
Beating
to,
the crap out of me.
I'm sorry.
I was like, these heroes these days, they're assholes. They just kill anyone. Doesn't matter who it is.
I only started today. Die, you bastard.
But it's like, I was frozen today.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. I really, really like it, but I do think that you've got to know something prior to it. I don't think...
You
like
probably
Matt,
do, yeah.
Matt doesn't care about it, he doesn't know it, and that's why I wanted you to read it. to get
Was
an
that
idea.
one? There was only that one character that had the chest thing. Was he the one that was in First Class?
He was Thunder. I don't know.
I don't know.
what-
That's the only power I recognised from
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
So
no,
if I hadn't
he,
seen it in a movie, I
yeah.
wouldn't have.
No,
Yeah.
I have no
Anything.
idea who that character is. He
Okay,
may have
cool.
been in these comics
He
before,
was.
but
He
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Him
he
and
was
his
in,
sister,
he
'cause
was
she's
in
Lightning.
those,
Yeah.
yes. But I
Yeah.
mean, previously in DC,
Previously, I've never
I
seen
don't
him
know.
before.
I've never known them before 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it. I don't know these characters. The only ones I know are Beast Boy, Fairchild Rose, and Warblade. And that's because I
Yeah.
used to read these comics that were written by somebody else with a different company and now are part of DC.
But they're trying to bring all of the Wildstorm characters into DC.
Yep. The weirdest one, you've read Gen 13.
Yeah.
They introduced grunge in Superboy, I
Yes.
think it was.
Yeah, they did.
That what?
It was
Yeah.
weird. Grunge was a bad guy.
They
He
were
just
Grunge was
trying
a
came in-
bad guy.
Grunge came in, he started wailing on Superboy, and Superboy beat the crap out of him. I don't think he killed him, but
No,
just
he didn't.
about. And it was like, what? What up? What? Okay. So they've totally changed these characters from what I actually knew, but they're quite enjoyable reads. It's just strange to get... I want them to bring Grunge back and make him a good guy again. I want them to recreate Gen 13 as the Ravagers.
Yeah.
Why? Why would
Not gonna
anybody
happen.
in their right mind attack Superman or Superboy?
Totally different storyline.
Because they're told to.
Yeah.
You gotta do this or I'm gonna kill you. He's gonna kill me. But I'll last longer with him, so I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Oh, why would you say yes to that, Richard? I want you to kill that indestructible guy over there. Okay?
Do you have any kryptonite on you?
Yeah.
Dang. But
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
no.
Grunge could turn into anything that he touched.
Yep.
Yep.
And they actually embedded it in him. So he constantly had the materials inside himself so he could change into anything he wanted.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
was a
That
cool
was
little twist.
really cool, yeah.
But yeah, no, they totally ruined it in one issue. So it was like, oh, come on. Grunge was an awesome character.
He was.
Well, actually, it was a goofball, but still, that was one of his redeeming features. But yeah, no, it's strange, but I'd suggest reading Ravagers. I really enjoyed it, and I'll continue reading it. But I don't know how far... It actually reminds me of something like Suicide Squad, because they are very ruthless with their characters.
Yeah.
You know, if there's no way for that character to get away with something, they die.
Yay,
That's it.
Dad.
And we're talking DC death. That's dead.
So recommended.
Yeah. I'd recommend it. I thought it was good. You
Yeah,
recommend it?
I recommend it.
I thought it was alright. It's probably one of the better reads I've read lately.
Awesome. And
I wouldn't.
hell no. Okay. Awesome. Okay, well, that's basically all I wanted with the topics and the review. So let's head over to...
Forum questions with
Professor Ray. Okay, this week we've got a question from Just Feelings. Or DJ SPI and FX, depending on how you want to
You
say
mean
it.
DJ Spin Effects?
No, because
No.
you can't say split up consonants and vowels. It's all weird, man. You don't do it.
Who said the
DJ
Germans?
Spin FX.
It's just things.
Spin...
Anyway, they ask. This person asks, is there a TV show, movie, novel that you've always wanted to see turned into a comic book series?
Honestly, I had to think about this, because I did not. There's some I've seen and I've thought, hey, that's cool, I would like to see that comic as a TV series, or as a movie. Or I read all of the novels based on comics, but I've never thought of it the other way around. I've never thought of getting like a novel or a TV series or something like that. So I actually wrote down 3 things that I thought would be kind of weird. First one was Big Bang Theory, because that would be so hilariously bad as a comic. It would suck.
It would be terrible. It would be
Yeah.
very close to the TV series.
Yeah.
No, I like the TV series. I couldn't see a comic though.
It would be a terrible, terrible comic, and I would love to see it just because of how terrible it would be.
But
That
then
is
you
why I
could
would
do
like
some
to.
cool things like that and start doing like a Scott Pilgrim-esque
Yeah,
kind of
yep,
feel
yep.
to it.
Have sort of that weirdness to it, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, I thought that would be hilariously bad. I thought a comic series on Red Dwarf. We're actually watching Red Dwarf at the moment because they keep on talking about continuing that. I mean, nothing much
They
happens,
could
but
do
it's
it
a
in comic series.
it's a novel series, so
Yeah.
to transpose it over to something like that, to have it as a comic could be interesting for a mini series. I don't think it could go for an elongated series. But the one that I thought would be absolutely brilliant is I love Terry Pratchett. His writing and the Discworld series, all of that. I mean, he's got 40-something books at the
Yeah.
moment, so it's like that would be amazing to see as a comic series. You're getting all of these things like Game of Thrones, Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, all that sort of stuff. To see the Discworld novels as a comic series, I'd love that. The humour that's in it and just the visual representation, I'd love to see that.
There would be some fairly long series too.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Would be.
But you could run each of the books and then continue them. I mean, they do sort of tie in chronologically a little bit. You know, like Sam Vimes has gotten older since the
Yeah.
original ones and stuff like that. So you could sort of have it
You
like
could
that.
do it
or
like Mass Effect and the Halo
do
ones.
runs
where you
of
just-
mini-series
yeah,
or
do
maxi
mini-series
series.
stuff. Yeah.
Do like a 24-issue series or something like that.
Yeah.
Then move on to the next story. And
Yeah.
I reckon that'd be really cool. I'd love to read that.
It would be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
Yeah.
Especially if you did it to the old way they did the animated cartoons.
Yep. That would be really cool to see something like that, and maybe even have different styles for each story or something like that. Have a noirish sort of one, black and white, and have another one full color, and just all sorts of weird things like that. It'd be brilliant. But that's what I thought for my answers. Are we going round like we did before,
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
each, so
usually.
we want to go over to Movie Matt? So,
Okay. No, not at all. I basically watch nothing but anime, and that's all based off comics to begin with, so that's kind of pointless. And the most recent stuff I watched are horror movies. Name me one horror movie that doesn't already have a comic series.
Friday the 13th.
That's got
no,
one.
that's got Freddy ones.
The Shining.
I said series.
No, but
They're
there
already
are
doing a lot of
Stephen King
Stephen
books.
King anyway.
The only one, no, I was thinking that the only one that I can't think of was like Chucky, but that does as well. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I
had-
think it did actually. Yeah.
It's had a mini-series type thing done before, but no.
All the horror ones I've already done, and most of the other stuff, no, I wouldn't want to see as comics because they don't work as films, so why would they work as comics?
Well, I was going to say something like Star Wars, but I hate the Star Wars comics.
Yeah.
I really do not enjoy them. Mind you, the Star Wars movies, I only like the original 3, so, the other ones were okay, but I felt that all of them were unnecessary, so... Yeah, I was having the same trouble. There is no way I could find a movie that I'd like to... And exactly the same thing. I was doing the same thing with... Oh, well, you could do Iron Man as a comic. You could do Scott Pilgrim as a comic. You could... Oh, no, that's a comic.
It's either the state that it started off as a comic and it's already become a movie, or it's a movie that's so popular that it became a comic.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's already happened.
It's already done.
So, yeah, that's a really hard one to do. That's why I love this question so much. So, Professor...
Me? I'm one of those funny people that reckon that if it starts in one medium, it should stay in it.
Stay in that medium? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much that way as well.
But I don't watch a lot of TV, so any movie or novels, they're already in comics most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
That's funny because that means if that was the case, there would be no anime.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you've already heard my thoughts on 90% of anime.
Great, that's still no anime. None! So you would have nothing to compare
There
the
would
manga
not
to. So you would go, there should be a version better than this. Maybe they could... No.
Anime. Maybe. No.
No.
You know what they call Disney movies in Japan? Anime.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What a surprise.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah. Because anime means animation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
everything is anime in Japan.
I'm going to
Exactly.
piss off some fanboys tonight.
Excellent.
You know, it's like, so they went on YouTube, they had it all in Japanese, they had the subtitle, they wanted to do a video shop, and they goes, "Where's your anime section?" And he goes like, "Are you serious? It's over there." And they point over there, and there's like all these Disney movies and things like that. No, I mean anime. You know, he couldn't explain it any other way. He's like, "You know your books, the animated version of that." And he's like, Oh, hang on. Right. Yeah, that's the rest of the store.
I've constantly tried to tell people that anime just means animation. So
Yeah, I don't know
Stop
how they
arguing
can't figure
about
that
it.
concept.
manga means comic. So we're a comic shop. Do you sell manga? It's a comic.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. But yeah, okay. So there's no series, books,
Oh,
shows,
Thomas
anything?
Covenant.
Yeah.
Covenant.
Yeah.
That might, maybe it drag on a fair bit, I reckon.
Filler.
Yeah. But maybe the first book at least, anyway.
Let's stretch this out just a little bit and
Yeah.
include games. Would there be any games that you would like to see comic series?
They're already
been
doing
done.
that.
I was thinking maybe Halo. No.
Yeah, they did a Ratchet and Clank one.
Yeah,
No.
Ratchet and Clank. Just spread it out to something like games and nothing.
I'd
Like
like
I
to
said,
see
Legacy
a-
of Kain. I thought Legacy of Kain would be
I'd
cool.
like to see one shot of the game Journey.
Okay, that could be interesting.
It had
That'd
no
be-
dialogue.
There is
Yeah.
absolutely no dialogue, so it'd be a picture book.
Yeah,
I've
I've
actually
done that a
read
few
a comic
times.
like that.
But it
It'd
could
be
be
like
really
Gone.
interesting.
be like Gone.
Yeah.
I actually thought something like Final Fantasy Advent Children would be an awesome sort of, well, Final Fantasy VII, I suppose. Just continue that as a story as it is and all that sort of stuff.
Don't they have one though?
Not really. I
don't
mean,
remember
usually
a Final
they tie
Fantasy
them into the
comic.
games or the movies or something like that to actually see it progress further
Yeah.
in
Because
a series.
Final Fantasy was made in Japan, so I think they would tend to be away from comics.
Yeah.
They'd make it a manga.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
there's a manga
Which is a
somewhere
comic.
that's done it.
yeah.
We just
When
had
you,
this
but
conversation.
when you say comic, people listening are thinking, "Oh, American." You just
American.
have the word
Yeah,
comic.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So you have
comic,
to
manga, whatever.
use the two separate words on this form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah, yeah. Either I don't really care. I still class them as comics, so sue me. But yeah,
Foamy the squirrel.
foamy comics.
I reckon
That would be
that
hilarious.
could
Hilarious.
be hilarious.
Yes.
That would be like Bear and all of those goth comics.
Yeah.
that would be.
I feel sick.
That'd be brilliant. Oh yeah, and actually get what's his name, Vasquez to actually
So
draw
I should do it. Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
But-
the homicidal
But
maniac.
that's about it. I can't really think of anything. That's pushing the limit too.
Okay, yeah, interesting. And over to you.
Well, I originally thought, no, I can't think of anything because everything I could think of has actually been done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, hang on a second, novel, what about Harry Potter?
I knew you were going to say Harry Potter.
I knew that.
I knew you were going to say Harry Potter.
That hasn't been done. And that would be brilliant.
I've seen a few drawings and stuff like that, and would be interesting to see a visual representation, but they did that with the movies as far as I'm
I
concerned.
suppose so. But we're talking about turning it into a comic,
to
even if
see
it was
it as
a
a
movie.
comic series and stuff like that, I suppose you could have the missing years or something like that. And
Yeah,
In today's volume, Harry washes the dishes.
with his wand.
what are you doing, Hermione?
I'm
Get back to work, bitch.
fixing the curtains. Yes, the thrilling adventures of Harry Potter after all the bad guys are dead. Amazing.
Woo!
See,
It could be,
you
it
always
could be
said that.
interesting. Yeah, I did. I
Would they have to
really
invent a new villain?
did. They would. There'd have to be something.
They
They'd
would,
have to.
He who must be named.
Who am I? We'll come up with a name for you soon.
There's like some evil force, and it's like we have to put together the Avengers. There's
Yes.
the English version of the Avengers, which is like Harry Potter, Doctor Who, James Bond.
Yes!
Bring 'em all
I want to
together.
see this team. Brilliant. Make that a comic. Now. Okay, so I'd like to see Discworld. You'd like to see more comics in general.
Yeah, sure.
Foamy.
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 Yes.
Yeah, and
You'd
Harry
like to see
Potter.
Foamy and Harry Potter. Okay, there we go. How do you like that, DJ
Yeah, DS Brooks.
DJ Spinifex?
No, I refuse to say it that way.
Well, what do
Names
you
should
think about
have
Adam?
more than one vowel in it, by the way. Especially if it's got like 6 consonants in it.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Adam. That's why we call him the professor. He's pretentious. Okay, so there we go. Is that the only question?
That's
That's the only one?
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
What did you guys think of Aquaman? Because I assume you all read it.
Yeah, I read it
Yes.
ages ago. I've
Yes.
been reading it all along.
Yeah, sure.
Good comic.
You read it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't I give you a copy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read it in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about how long it takes, yeah. I thought
Didn't
Aquaman
you
was
enjoy him
pretty-
eating his fish and chips?
Right. I think the thing they
Looked delicious.
they went into it going, there is no sensibility in this character anymore. We have to make fun of him, and that's what they did. They made fun of him. That,
Yeah,
that
but then
whole
they
issue.
showed that he was really cool. With the
How?
bullets bouncing off of him and
Except
him.
unless it hits him in the head,
Jump in,
and he's
yeah.
screwed.
That was my problem with it. These guys saw him have bullets bounce off him, and then they make fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What
kind
is
of
wrong with
idiots
you?
are you?
You just saw that he was bulletproof, right? What?
No wonder he's pissed off all the way through the freaking series.
I like Aquaman. I have really, really been enjoying the Aquaman comics. I
Yeah.
have found them really, really good.
Yep.
And people still criticize him. They're still, oh, he just talks to fish.
He doesn't
Read the first
talk
issue.
to fish.
Trust me.
Is he still so angsty in the next few?
Yes,
comics?
he is.
He is?
Sort
He's
of.
always kind of
He's-
like that all the time.
He's annoyed. He's lost his father and all that sort of stuff. He basically has no family left, so he's trying to find his place in the world, but he doesn't fit on the surface world because they all think he's just this stupid superhero that can't do anything except talk to fish. And he can't live underwater in Atlantis anymore, and more to the fact he doesn't want to.
He doesn't really know.
And it actually leads in all of these characters and introduces all these things where I think he killed a person or something like that. And because he assumed that they killed his father and all that sort of stuff. And it gets sort of dark. It's sort of Batman if he talked to fish.
He doesn't
Batman
talk
if he
to
had
fish.
superpowers. He's Batman if he had superpowers.
So he can't live in
Yeah.
the water anymore.
Oh, he
He
can.
can.
He can. He just...
Doesn't
He
want
just
to.
doesn't.
So what, he lives
in
out
a
of a small
lighthouse.
apartment building in
No,
New
he
York?
lives in a
He lives in a
lighthouse.
lighthouse.
Does he have to get a day job?
No,
he's
he-
a lighthouse keeper.
That's not a day job.
He actually gets all of the sunken treasure and all that sort of stuff from the bottom
Yeah.
of the ocean,
Yeah.
and just brings all the jewels up and crap and sells
Because
them.
that shit's just everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
He goes down to Atlantis and steals something and sells it for millions of dollars. So I actually thought it was a really cool character, and
Yeah,
I've been
I thought
enjoying
so
it,
too.
and the introduction of all of the other characters and Mira and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the fact that she has water powers and all that
Ooh,
sort of stuff,
she
like
kicks
I'm
ass.
trying to do with my character.
She's cool.
And things like that. But yeah, I actually really, really like the Aquaman comic, and it turned me around because I've never liked Aquaman. And then I read the new 52 Aquaman, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliant, and
Yep.
I'm still reading it. It's one of my favourite 52s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine too.
You agree?
If it gets a bit more light-hearted, I might enjoy it. But that's my problem with DC.
Yeah, yeah. I've always
DC's
had that problem.
very
DC's,
dark,
DC's
yeah.
way
Serious.
too serious.
Yeah.
I almost expect Aquaman to have a emo fringe,
Ah, yes.
but that's just me. It'd make it more funny if everyone was teasing him because he had an emo fringe.
Yeah, yeah. What's wrong, fish boy? I'm gonna go dance now.
Why don't you go and cross a sea?
I want my symbiote suit.
What did you think, Matt?
That was fine as long as like just keep going with the way they are going right now. They're like keeping it. Look, it's funny. It doesn't matter what happens. They're still gonna laugh at him.
Yeah, yeah. They've brought it to a more serious note, and I like the fact that they've done that because then they can take it back to a goofy sort of note. And if they're going to go serious with it, then bring it back, which DC very rarely does. They always go serious and then just go darker and darker and darker, and then do Batman of the 70s.
Have they ever established any other of DC characters in the Aquaman one yet?
I don't think they... actually, they did tie one in the latest one, but not really. They've basically just been Aquaman characters.
Because if he flies down and bullets bounce off him and they just say whatever, if there's like all those characters that already exist that would survive that,
Yeah.
then it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I suppose, but yeah, just the fact that he is bulletproof because he lives 20 million leagues under the water. You know,
Why wouldn't you shield your head then?
Well,
why bother?
his skin
Oh,
is
bullets.
bulletproof.
Skin,
It's just his skin.
Skin.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like, how did he bleed?
It's not armor or anything like that.
Did he
It's-
bleed?
Yeah. Gray's blood. He bled. He bled.
He bled.
He
bled.
bled.
I like
Yeah,
that
let's go
word,
back.
bled.
Bled.
I'm going to go and
Nice.
bled someone tonight.
I'm gonna bled you.
You guys are really struggling
gonna
for
bleed you
comedic
dry.
gold, aren't you? Really hard.
Let's move on to the next section, which is
Challenge mode!
What? Okay.
What I
After
wrote
coming
there.
up with our top 5 wanting to see continued lists, we have all had the chance to choose one out of each of those 5 and come up with a storyline to continue that series. Unless, of course, they have continued it in the offset between then and
they
now,
have.
which they have with a couple of ours, actually.
yeah. All of
So much
mine.
for that.
Um,
Yeah, so which series did we want to have continued? We'll just do that
Well,
first, I guess. Say which one
Okay,
you chose.
so mine was Superman Earth 1 to see continued.
Yeah.
Matt's was Who Framed Roger Rabbit to continue. Ray's was...
Orphan.
Yep.
Orphan.
I just wanted to see if you could remember.
Yeah,
You were sort of
yeah.
looking at me blank-faced.
And mine was
And-
Death Note.
Death Note.
Yeah.
So, there's some problems with that.
There are problems, yes.
Superman Earth 1 is continuing. The second volume's just been advertised in the previews. It's coming out in 2 months. They didn't use my story, though. Huh.
Huh. You
These
didn't-
bastards.
You didn't tell
So he
what
didn't
it
dress up
was.
as Batman?
No,
He
no.
didn't kill Roger Rabbit?
This is my story. This is how much I wrote for the story. I have actually written up an entire story here. Would you like me to read it?
Sure. Give us the brief plot points.
It has Superman, and by the end of it, it has Lex Luthor.
I like it.
Would you like to know the middle part?
Does Lex Luthor steal cupcakes?
He might. He is evil.
He is
Maybe.
Maybe? Can we add that in there?
The reason I wanted to use this character, and the main villain in my story is Mxyzptlk, and it's because nobody knows how to say his name.
Is that how they say his name?
Yes.
That is how you
That is
phonetically
actually-
pronounce it. Mxyzptlk.
It's almost like Spilificus.
Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Another fifth
sounds
dimensional
like
being.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I will read out my whole thing.
Needs
This
more
is-
vowels!
Shut up, you! I'll read out my entire thingy here, which should only take about 3 minutes. Set 2 years after the events in Superman Earth 1, Clark has finally come to terms with his dual life as a reporter and Superman. Having helped so many people over the past 2 years, everyone has started to accept this hero in their lives. Alerted by his ship, Superman flies to LexCorp to find it half on fire and gets hurt doing so, finding out his powers do have limitations, and one of the major ones. And the only way to thwart them is to make them say or write their name to hurt Superman, changing its colour from green to orange, white, and the book ends showing Lex Luthor twirling a piece of green kryptonite as he sits in front of his laptop talking to another person on Skype or whatever, named Brainiac. Before it shows Lex's hairless, scarred face from the radioactive fire at LexCorp.
Eating a cupcake.
Yes.
Rejected.
Or 8 cupcakes.
Greenalicious.
Yeah.
So,
Can
yes,
we spin
that's my story.
cupcakes?
Spinning the cupcake.
And that
The
story was
kryptonite
promptly,
cupcake.
and that story was promptly rejected by DC, who opted for something cheaper.
Yes! That's what the Superman movie should be. But yeah, there we go. That's the story I
wrestling.
came up with.
I would watch that movie. If it had cupcakes and a giant fire extinguisher.
Yes. You want to see Superman fight a giant fire
I
extinguisher?
do! Would he, full on body wrestle it, or would he punch it? How would he wrestle a giant fire extinguisher?
Exactly. Would it tie around him?
Would it be
I
one
would
of those, comedy acts where he's holding onto the hose that's flailing around everywhere?
And it sprays him in the face and he's like,
Yeah.
oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's classic gold. So yeah, that's what I would have liked to see, but they've gone ahead with another storyline, which is something about a parasite.
From the
So-
fifth dimension and cupcakes.
No, it wouldn't be that cool. But I am happy that they're continuing the story, and I like what I wrote because I wrote it. Obviously, I wanted that. But yeah, I don't know. I reckon it will continue well. The first one was done well, so I'm looking forward to seeing them continue it anyway.
What other series were continued out of curiosity?
Pit apparently is going to be continued. Dale Keown said he is going to go back and do more Pit. Legacy of Kain's getting a reboot.
Game-wise or?
Game-wise.
Awesome.
Yep, they're rebooting it.
On the PS4.
yeah, which is coming out next
Sure.
year. Yeah. So yeah, that's a DLC one. Well, not DLC, an online one. PlayStation Network, Xbox Live Arcade, whatever. That's getting a complete reboot. What were the other ones on my list?
Not
Bone
Bone, yeah.
is not continuing, but Jeff Smith has said that Wrestle is ending in July. So the last issue of that's coming out, so either he's going to move on to another series or he's going to go back to Bone, and seeing as he's been drawing Bone since he was 8 years old, he's probably going to go back to it. So that will probably see another chapter. And I can't remember what the other one was. But basically my entire list is continuing. Damn it! You realise how long it took me to make that list? And they're continuing them anyway, or rebooting them. So yeah, anyway. Movie Mad!
Yay! Okay. I had Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Yay! Awesome.
Yoo!
And then I found out it actually has like 18 novels.
Yeah.
No. There's one of them where the baby dies and he has to get back on the case to solve that. But yeah, a lot of the ideas that I had, they apparently are in the novels. So there you go.
Woo!
Yes, but basically I figured what would happen is there's certain aspects to Who Framed Roger Rabbit you can't get rid of. Like you need Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
And you need the detective, like all that stuff. You need that stuff in there. So I was thinking, like, Christopher Lloyd, what if he had a son? Like, Doctor, like, whatever.
Would it be a high-pitched voice, son?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's just call him Doctor Doom. And there we go. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Basically, it's in the future. Toontown has become Toontropolis. Yeah. They're like grown in size. It now incorporates all new types of animation. Like it has the 3D from Pixar and that. It's got kind of anime in somewhere there. Which would probably be, if you got Disney, it'd be like Ghibli, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'd see House
Yeah.
Moving Castle in the background or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So they basically attacked Ghibli and took their crap. So there you go. It's like,
Oh no!
Yeah. But there's that whole thing. But then one day, someone kills Roger Rabbit.
Dun dun dun!
They
Yeah.
actually
Oh.
kill him?
Yes.
What a world!
Because he was the one who
then-
saved all the Toons. So they all rallied behind him and he became the new mayor of Toontown.
Would
But
would,
then one day he
would
dies.
the female, his wife or whatever, would she be all frumpy and fat and everything now?
Yeah. Because like
Awesome.
over time.
It's Jessica Rabbit.
Is that her name?
Yeah, sure.
It's been
Yeah.
so long since I've
Yeah.
watched it.
Unless she gets married to him. Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
Oh no! We're
Yeah.
siblings.
So basically, the detective's been on retirement, but he has to get back on the case because his oldest friend died. So
Yeah.
he has to try and figure out when his brother died. So it's like
Yep.
getting back on the case. But he goes down there and then he figures out, but who had the technology to kill Toons? Only some people knew that.
Yep.
Until he realised that Dr. Doom, what his name is? Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
Let's
Let's
call
call
him
him Doom.
Doom.
I keep saying Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
But we'll just say
Dr.
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah. He revealed that the mixture I think, to everyone in that room in the first movie. Everyone.
Yep.
I was like, that means not only is people related to him who knows it,
Yep.
but also everyone who was in that room knows it. So there's that whole
What a
detective case
flaw.
of trying to figure out who was all that. I was playing with the idea of maybe the detective and his brother were already half Toon to begin with. So like his brother actually lived through that and all
Yep,
that stuff,
yep.
and he was still there somewhere. But like, yeah, I was still trying to think. It would be the cliche where it would be Doom's son who's actually the bad guy, but you don't know until like the very, very end.
Yes, yep.
The whole movie, he seems like he's a nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
don't know how you would end that really, but yeah,
That would be interesting. Yeah, I'd watch that. I'd definitely watch that as a sequel. It would entertain me enough to watch it. Sit there for an hour and a half and watch it.
Just to see how Roger Rabbit died.
Oh, thank you for killing him.
Yeah,
that's
he
also
was
why I
quite
wanted. That's
irritating.
why I wanted to kill him because like everyone thing everyone hated about the first movie was Roger Rabbit, so I just killed him
Yeah.
off immediately.
Who
And,
killed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah,
Who cares?
it's a logical one. Who framed? Who killed?
Who killed Roger Rabbit? We
Yeah.
want to give him a medal. Thank you. Cool. Okay. So there we go. We have progression. Awesome. I'd watch that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Let's make a comic
Especially with
series
all the
about that.
animation. Yeah, yeah. They haven't made a comic series out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
No, it'd be pretty hard.
Yeah, it would be. Yes. Okay.
You had to get the rights to Disney and
Oh.
Warner Brothers.
No.
That'd be hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Me? Shall we go last?
Did you want to go last?
I have ideas.
You have ideas.
I want to see how many other things he rips off.
Yeah, I kind of do.
You do?
I want to see what you got.
You want to see what I've got right now?
What have you got?
Well,
Hit me with it.
well, We have.
He's got pictures.
God, he ripped off so much.
We have Neon Genesis Orphangelion.
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 Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait,
What's
wait. Oh, Orphan's Ray? Magic's Shinji? No!
It's brilliant.
The cat is Asuka. Shouldn't the blonde, annoying one be Asuka?
That I did it on purpose, just to piss people off.
I can see
But
your,
pass it
I
around.
can see your epic skill with paint there.
Yeah,
that's
it's brilliant.
brilliant.
I've got the pictures on a thumb drive for Scott to show as well.
Oh, that's
Oh my
brilliant.
god.
I figured
lovely.
I couldn't come up with a good idea, but pictures say 1,000 words.
They say I want to be sued by 2 companies.
Oh, I got this
Yelling.
too. We have Astonishing Orphan.
Oh, no. Oh, I love that face on there. Look at the cat beast. That is Beast at the moment. Oh, wow. Oh,
Go on,
no.
describe what you will see right now.
I can't. Astonishing Orphan Men. Wasn't the blonde woman? Oh, did she like? I thought she was on with Magic, not with Orphan. Or did she like Orphan?
She liked Orphan.
It's been a
from
while
memory.
since I've seen it. Okay.
From memory.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I can see that working then because having Emma Frost and Scott together as they are at the moment, yeah. What was that guy's name with the mask and everything?
Black Tiger.
Black Tiger as Wolverine. Oh no. Who was that over there? Was that Storm originally over there?
I
that you
don't
put
know.
all
I
of
couldn't
that?
recognise the face.
Okay.
But I figured
can't
I
remember
put
the names.
Vulcan's face on it.
Yeah. Oh wow. I love that beast. That is so wrong in every way.
That looks like Kitty Pryde, actually.
You reckon it's Kitty Pryde? It's
Yeah, I
definitely
think
female.
it's definitely female. I think it looks like Kitty Pryde.
I honestly can't remember the original Astonishing X-Men. I'm gonna look it up.
But I have one more here. Now, following the rules of anime and going by what's most popular recently,
Oh dear.
we have Off
Penguin?
On.
Oh no.
Oh.
No, no, no. No! 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 Oh! Oh no! Oh! No! You are sick!
Okay, now Ray, now tell us the story behind one of these.
Well, Orphan.
Yes, it was Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
Orphan stumbles into something devised by the heavenly beings, gets transported to a different dimension, and blah blah blah. The rest fills in itself.
Of course it does. Of course it does. He gets transported between these various dimensions until he loses his mind and turns into a giant robot that kills itself.
And then he spends all his time sitting around eating cake, playing guitars with himself.
Okay.
You're going to edit that now, so he says he sits around playing with himself.
So,
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Playing with himself and his guitars. Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, okay. Let's move over to you, please. I've got to get that out of my head.
Okay,
It's like, here's the Death Note thing, right? Ryu travels through a portal and goes to a school with himself and eats cake.
Yes.
Anyway, apple cake.
And
There
then
you go.
play. Yes, apple cake.
No.
Let's move over to Death Note. Let's hear your story for the continuation of Death Note. And it has to be Death Note.
It's Death Note.
Yes.
Yes.
Continue Death Note for me.
Right. Ryuk's gone back to the Shinigami realm.
Yes.
Right? Because Light's dead.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
it's
By the way,
only been
Light's
out
dead.
for 4 years.
Yes. We're past the spoiler alert level. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll
Ryuk's
just
gone
go.
back, right? He's gone back.
Yeah, Ryuk's gone back.
Light's in the spirit realm.
We can't say this without revealing what's happened in Death
Yeah.
Note. So if you haven't read all of Death Note, read it now before you listen to the rest of the show.
Light
or skip the
dies.
next 5 minutes.
Depends what version you read.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. L dies.
Okay.
Depends what movie you watch.
Okay, continue Death Note for us.
What
So
was
it's
that?
Shinigami Realm and
Yeah,
Light's dead.
Ryuk's there. Light's dead. Light's in the spirit realm.
Mm-hmm.
But Light discovers that he can get through to the Shinigami realm through some sort of portal. Yeah.
Is that Ray's portal?
And,
No,
and he just sneaks in there and he uses the Death Notes. And he writes people's names in them.
Okay. So when
So he's still killing people from
so
the
in
Death
Death Note,
realm.
when he says they don't go to heaven or hell, they actually go to a place that's better than either.
Yeah, in between.
That
He's
makes
in
sense.
limbo.
He's in limbo.
Your punishment for killing thousands of people is to be a god in the next world as well.
Yes, yes.
But he's a sneaky bugger.
So then they try to figure out how all these people are dying without there being Death Note on Earth. So they have to, somehow Elle manages to contact Neo, who's still on Earth, to go and save all these people.
So there you go.
There you go.
That's a continuation of Death
Then
Note.
But
Lex
I
Luthor
also-
steals cupcakes.
Yes.
I also discovered that they have actually continued it because they've done Death Note from Ryuk's point of view.
Is that
Of everything
Death Note
that happened.
R or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
So someone
I
used a
never
jutsu
continued.
and brought everyone back to life.
Yeah. No, they're all still dead.
Yes.
They're all still dead. No, they're all
They're
dead.
just
So there's no way to actually
Oh,
kill
dead
them
guy.
again. How do you stop someone who's already dead?
Death Note.
You can't. You can't. But
So
he
they-
has to figure out who's actually sneaking in there and doing it. So, yeah.
so the Shinigami find out who it is and annihilate him completely.
Annihilate him completely.
Where do they
So-
send him?
He's super dead. He's
Oh, no, he's super
completely
dead. Yeah, he's super dead.
non-existent.
It's like
They
if you
eat
die
him.
when you're dead in Dragon Ball Z, where do you go?
The
King Kai's place.
yeah.
I've
up.
watched Dragon Ball
That's where you go.
Z.
Shut up.
Where does Shinigami
Snake
go when
Way.
They go back to the
They turn to
Shinigami
dust.
realm.
they die? They turn to dust, but that would mean they go somewhere else, then, wouldn't it? Because everyone else does.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
Shut up.
It's on your beliefs, I think.
Yeah.
You only go to hell if you believe there is one.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
It's like, hey, you agreed to this when you signed up to our religion.
Man! Oh, this sucks. You know, I should have believed in heaven.
Does this mean that Scientologists go up on a spaceship?
I'm changing my religion.
You
I want to
had
be
one?
spatial.
I thought you just believed in your portal.
Yeah, but I don't have
Believe
beings.
in the portal. I'm Snugglefleasian.
I know you. You'll die and you'll wake up and you're in the Kaon universe.
That would piss me off.
Guys,
Yes, but it would give me plenty of time to learn how to play guitar.
Cute girls
It'll
with
never
guitars.
They
Come
went-
on.
I don't want to be a
But
cute
he'll
girl.
be the creepy. He'll be the creepy old teacher or something like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that. Yes.
That's a bad universe.
That's hell. I don't want to go to hell.
Well, given what's happened.
I'm Snugglefleasian. I believe in the apocalypse. So yeah, have we any new challenge?
I would say one, but I'm afraid people will just skip out on it again, so I'm just going to no.
Okay.
Not this way.
I do have an idea for a challenge, but basically that's the end of the show. We haven't really got anything else to talk about unless anybody wanted to raise any other subjects.
No.
No? No?
No.
No? Okay. I wanted to discuss this on this as well as between everybody. We're coming up for Supernova. Supernova's like 3 weeks away this weekend gone. So we are going to be full on busy. We're going to have to try and get everything together. Obviously, we can't do a show at Supernova because it's just going to be too bloody noisy. And you're probably not going to be there. But yeah, I do want to do a show about Supernova. So I
The
don't
week
know
after?
how we're going to do that. It's going to have to be the week after.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that we won't do a show the next few weeks because we've got so much to do for setting up for Supernova. So I'm thinking that we won't have another show
Until the end of June.
the end of June, beginning
Yeah.
of July, whatever that weekend is. Because 23rd, 24th is Supernova.
It's Supernova, yeah.
So 23rd, 24th.
So it will be the end
will be-
of June,
Yeah,
beginning of July.
There won't be another show until the 4th of July.
4th of July,
So, does everyone agree?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I wanted to raise that, and if anybody comes up with a challenge before that, on the forums or anything, head over there, give us your challenge. I have one in mind, which will be done like that instantly on the show with the challenge. If we don't get one, so if somebody wants to challenge us, head over to the forums. I might as well do the entire outro now because nobody wants to add anything.
No.
Well,
No.
they did announce one thing today.
Today. Really?
Well, yesterday probably.
Yeah.
You know how last year we talked about the best-selling manga?
Mm.
Yeah, they had released this year's one,
Really?
or at least halfway through it. Yeah.
Is One Piece still on top?
Oh yeah. By about 10
yeah.
million
Holy crap!
currently. So, followed by Naruto and Bakuman's still on there.
Nice,
Which
excellent.
is funny because it's finished, so I don't
Yes.
know how exactly that's still going.
Everybody keeps on telling us that
it's
Naruto and
not-
One Piece are finished.
I think up there there's
Yeah.
also Hunter x Hunter.
Really?
A few other
Which
things.
is
yeah.
a
strange one
classic.
to be up top.
It is
Yeah.
a classic though.
That's a strange one to be up there, though.
It's always on the list.
Yeah.
They're doing a new series of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah.
Or have been.
Bleach is long gone. It's like actual Takamons, the
Yep.
individual releases, are still up there somewhere, but
Yeah.
as popularity wise, it's not in the top 10 anymore.
Okay.
Because the anime's finished now,
Yeah.
so it's probably going to drop off a bit.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other series in there, I can't remember off the top of my head. Nothing really that people listening to this would have recognised.
Mhm,
This kind of extra series.
Yep. Was Blue Exorcist still on there?
No,
No?
not in the top 10 at least.
Because that was like number 3 or 4 or something on last year's
Last
list.
year's, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, yes, the anime's finished for that too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's going to drop
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the individual ones, the top 2 were One Piece, and then next about 5 and 6 were Naruto, and there was a few more in between, but they were just individual ones. So
Okay. Interesting. Doesn't really change much. Basically, if it goes off air, if they stop the anime, people stop reading the manga.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird,
If they were even watching
but
it.
fairly accurate. Yeah.
Were they actually
notice
reading
that.
it to start with?
You notice that in here because like they've got Rosario Vampire on TV at the moment, and everybody wants Rosario Vampire.
Yeah.
So when that stops
Vampire
screening, people will stop wanting it.
They've
Yeah.
had that on TV.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it.
So I suppose that sort of makes sense, but
If
It's a
has-
good series, though.
if it has
So-
vampire in the title, they're in.
Yeah.
Vampire. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we have time for. I gotta stop saying that. That's all we have time for. It's not. That's all we've got to say.
Yes.
I've run out. Well, I haven't
Yay,
run out,
it's
but
the
I'm
end
going
of
to
the
say some
show.
other stuff. It's the end of the show, as we know it. If you want to have a question raised on the show or set a challenge for us, head over to the forums at cosmiccomics.com.au and leave a message in the comic box section. There's tons of different threads there. Just leave one anywhere, and we'll raise it on the next show. Go over to our Facebook page, which is Cosmic Comics Australia, and leave a message on there. Or if you're listening to us on YouTube, or watching/listening to us, leave a message on here and we'll bring it up. Okay. Thanks for listening to us, and we hope you join us next time for, what did I say, 4th of July?
4th
Yeah.
of July, yeah.
4th of July. Join us on 4th of July for our special supernova super special show thingy. I should have thought this out better before I started talking. And we'll see you then. I'm Psycho Scott.
Maybe Matt.
Professor Ray.
And a man.
And I gotta ask, what would you like to say to someone that you have never met before to make them know you are a normal person and not a nerd? PORN!